Okay. I'd like to call to order the regular meeting for the Township of Lopatcong for July 1st, 2026. Please bow your head for a moment of prayer, please. Pledge allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Adequate notice of this meeting has been provided indicating the time and place of the meeting in accordance with Chapter 72 of the Public Laws of 2025 by advertising a notice on the Township website and by posting a copy on the bulletin board in the municipal building, and is accessible by direct hyperlink placed on the New Jersey Secretary of State portal. Roll call, please.
Yes, Councilman Valcaro.
Here.
Councilman Marinelli.
Here.
Councilman McQuaid.
Here.
Council President Polito.
Here.
Mayor Wright.
Here. Wade, would you summarize the executive session, please?
Yes, the Township Council met in executive session where it discussed the following privileged matters: attorney-client privilege, the Lopatcong Park project, contractual LAA contract update, attorney-client privilege, the Cube Warehouse fees agreement with Lopatcong, litigation harbor management, Brakely Gardens update, and personnel PBA grievance. Minutes from the executive session will be released at such time as the council deems no public harm will come from it and no official action was taken. There is a motion from the discussions in executive. If someone wants to make a motion to reject the Lopatcong Park Pool project as discussed in executive.
I'll make that motion.
Second it.
Call.
Councilman Valcaro.
Yes.
Councilman Marinelli.
Yes.
Councilman McQuaid.
Yes.
Council President Polito.
Yes.
Mayor Wright.
Yes. Thank you. Before we do public comment, Lori, would you like to?
Yeah, Good evening, Commissioner Lori Cheslow. We have a little bit of a surprise for everybody in the county, and you guys are the first ones that we're presenting this to. We've had two back-to-back momentous years. Last year was the 200th birthday of Warren County, which everybody participated in, and now this year is the semi-quincentennial of the 250th birthday of America, which is coming on Saturday. So what we wanted to do is just give a little recognition to everybody so that you had something that people could look and remember that these two momentous occasions occurred back to back. So we're presenting to each town a plaque that's just showing that it's to the Township of Lopatcong, and it talks about like our bicentennial and our semi-quincentennial, and we have both of our logos on here so you could hang it up. And we just wanted to, I don't know if you want to come down or if you want me to come up there.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Yeah, why don't you come up and we'll take a picture with the whole group.
Yeah, I would love that.
Here.
I'll come up. Okay. Okay. And as we like to say, we truly do believe that Warren County is the best county in the state. Thank you.
Thank you.
There you go. Thank you very much. Have a happy 4th.
All right, thank you, Lori. And thank Jason and Jim also, I appreciate it. Okay, public comment on agenda items only. Anyone? Seeing none, we'll move on. Old business. Number 1, approved minutes of June 3rd, 2026, executive and regular sessions. Have a motion and a second, please.
Motion. Second.
Roll call vote, please.
Councilman Valcaro.
Yes.
Councilman Marinelli.
Yes.
Councilman McQuaid.
Yes.
Council President Polito.
Yes.
Mayor Wright.
Yes. Number 2, resolution setting forth the reasons of the Township Council adopting an ordinance 2006 amending the Township zoning ordinance to prohibit data centers, notwithstanding the planning board's determination that the ordinance is inconsistent with the Township Master Plan pursuant to NJSA 40:555D 62A. Have a motion and a second, please.
Motion.
I'll make the second. Roll call vote.
Yes. Councilman Valcarro.
Yes.
Councilman Marinelli.
Yes.
Councilman McQuaid.
Yes.
Council President Polito.
Yes.
Mayor Reddy.
Yes. Number 3, ordinance number 2606, second reading and public hearing, ordinance of the Township of Lopatcong, County of Warren, and the State of New Jersey, amending Chapter 243 of the Municipal Code to prohibit data centers as a principal, conditional, or accessory use within the research, office, or manufacturing zones. Could I have a motion second to hold public hearing, please?
Motion.
I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Comment from the public? Anybody? Sir?
My name is Matt Sarnowski.
Yeah, you want to stand up?
Sure. Matt Sarnowski. I'm new to this, sorry if I'm a
Can you
little
spell
bit.
your last name?
Sarnoski. So, in regards to,
Can I have your address, please?
841 Uniontown Road.
Thank you.
Like again, I'm sorry if I sound a little off, it's my first
you're
time
fine.
here. So in regards to the data centers and stuff like that, I thought this, what I looked at, it looked like it was the area it was zoned, it's not by residential. I'm a big advocate for expansion and opportunity. The only reason I bring this up is I had some friends that were out in say, east end of the state, and they knocked down a big business opportunity. Town voted it down, and not 6 months later, they were complaining they had no jobs. And I was like, well, you guys just voted down one of the biggest job opportunities there. Now, I'm not playing advocate for or against. I understand there's a lot of debate that's with this, with the utility usage, something that I read that you guys sent out. There's going to be a strain on the electric and water consumption. So I understand that there's going to be some resources that are going to be needed for data center. I didn't know if there's something that the town could implement, like maybe a stressful tax on that, over utility, something on that along those times, or maybe an update on how they can resource or maybe recycle that water opportunities, so that they consume it once and they can recycle it for their cooling capabilities that they have going on with the data centers. I know there's a lot of heat exchange. I just don't want to, I would like to keep the opportunity open. Maybe we could put it on a hold or something like that, if it comes to our attention, because why would we want to turn something down that could be a tax resource or job revenues, producing some people for jobs, and just want to keep the opportunity. I'm not for it or against it. I'm still trying to get all my research done together. I've talked about some people. Most people are against it, but again, I don't want us to shoot ourselves in the foot, basically, something like that, and put something down that could be a beneficial opportunity for our town. But thank you for letting me share. Appreciate it.
Appreciate your help. Okay, John?
John Ketcherson, 38 J Lane. First off, I fully support the ban on data centers. And the resolution number 2, it's talking about notwithstanding the planning board's determination that it goes against the master plan. I have a copy of the recommendation report from the 2012 reexamination. And it actually specifically seeks data center. I don't know if there's a later reexamination, but it actually seeks data centers as one of the key points. And I was just wondering, if we go ahead and pass this ordinance, are we going to follow up with changing that master plan so we don't get sued in the future to put in a data center?
Yeah, so at the last meeting, in addition to introducing this ordinance, there was a resolution authorizing the reexamination of the master plan.
Well, that's by reexamination, what do you mean?
That's how you would Dan, you might want to look, we have our planner here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the 2012 report that you're looking at now is a reexamination of the master plan, which is required to be done at least every 10 years.
Okay.
And that's an opportunity to review the master plan, to update it, see if there's any inconsistencies or things that need to be updated, and that will be one of the items that the planning board will look at.
Okay. I know that some of the folks on the planning board were kind of pro data center, which concerns me a little bit.
Want to restrict it, make it conditional.
Yeah. Former Mayor Mangucci kind of lamented the fact that we lost the data center that they were going to build at one point. So, sending it back to the planning board worries me just a little bit when that's the the view, so.
Let me just address what your comment is.
Uh-huh.
In 2012, the data center came on scene,
Mhm.
all right? And that was because Bank of America was exploring the area. There was a potential, looking at, to move to Lopac.
Mhm.
However, that never happened, okay? For whatever reason, as a matter of fact, I followed them and didn't go anywhere. So they were just testing the waters. So we have to remember that data center back then, all right, is a different definition than data center today. Completely different. Data center for the Bank of America would have been for Bank of America only. Files, records.
Sure.
Whatever. So today, it's a whole different thing. Right now, data centers are the headlines
Right.
across the country.
I agree 100% with
Okay,
you.
so, and
I was
what
gonna-
happened with that is, so what the planning board did, right, they put in restrictions, right, in the event an applicant decided to come in,
Right.
all right?
And I attended the,
Right, so we never, okay, never had an applicant, all right, or even proposed or approved a data center because it was already approved. It was already in the master plan. So we were not approving that. We were just following the recommendation from the planning board in the event.
right.
And that was the reason. So misinformation or disinformation went out there,
I don't,
okay, that to say that we were approving a data center. That's the misinformation part, or disinformation. And you know the difference between the two. So we just want to clear the air here. There was no such thing,
I understand that.
okay?
Mhm.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
it.
No, I understand. And I agree with you 100%. 2012 data centers were a lot different than 2026 data centers. And that's what scares me.
Listen, if that would have happened in 2012, if Bank of America would have come in, all right, the potential for, to help the taxpayers in Lopatcong would have been huge. But that's all hearsay, but it never came to fruition,
Okay,
okay?
thank you.
Thank you. So, one time.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
You get your 3 minutes, that's it.
No, nothing's been proposed.
No. Yes, ma'am.
Hi, Loretta Womelsdorf, Womelsdorf, at 218 Beer Street. Okay. I will make no confusion about the fact that I am deeply negative towards data centers. I'll speak to this again. I spoke last time. I was not going to say this at all, but I'll touch on it because it was brought up by someone else. Data centers do not provide many long-term jobs. So even that, which is one of the only positives that, could be put forward as like, well, this is a reason for it. They don't make that many long-term jobs. It's very, very few. It doesn't take a lot of people to operate a data center. Like for like a massive, massive data center, you're looking at maybe like 100 people. For a huge one, like a giant one, like one of the one that's going in Utah, But for one here that we barely have any room for even a small one, which would cause immense harm ecologically, water, electricity, so many reasons, not worth the maybe like 10 or 20 high-paying jobs due to all the harm. Now, I only brought that up because someone just brought up that jobs are a potential. I don't agree, and I have no qualms being extremely open about the fact that I don't agree. The reason that I'm up here, mainly, and why I wanted to come here, is because I did watch the planning board meeting from last week where they said that it was inconsistent, and yes, that is correct. Obviously, it's inconsistent. I'm wondering, what's the timeline for re-examining? I know that the amendment was put forward to re-examine it. What kind of timeline are we looking at for? Like months? Several months, 3 months, 6 months, like what's because I don't have any insight. And because I can't go and comment at the planning board meetings, unfortunately I have to waste your time because I can't comment there. There's no guarantee that I'll be able to speak. If I could, I would.
It's probably gonna be in the next couple months. There will be public hearing on that, so you can't make comments on that.
Okay, but like at the normal, unfortunately at the regular planning board meetings, that's not guaranteed,
Understood, but when they take this action, they're going to have public comment.
Okay, that's great, but like, I'm just saying, I wouldn't have to waste your time and everyone else's time if we could comment, which is a reason why people would like to be able to comment normally, just throwing it out there.
Dan, do you have a more specific timeline? I assume it's gonna be in the next couple months.
Yeah, probably in the next couple of months. I mean, we just started looking at it.
Okay.
and then it would have to be put out for public notice for the public hearing, and the
So like August, September, most likely?
potentially, I mean, there's no set deadline or
Okay.
or schedule.
I think that's a reasonable time.
Yeah, no, I'm just, I'm wondering, in the meantime, we are kind of open to potentially being under threat of lawsuit. So I'm wondering if,
There's no threat. This is
Okay.
a valid ordinance. The law allows us to adopt this with that. The law makes for a specific provision that if there's an ordinance that's inconsistent with the master plan, that resolution that we passed on number 2 makes it a valid ordinance, and anyone can sue for anything, but we are as airtight as we can be by following the law.
okay, all right, that's all I was wondering, because I just wanted to, it's just a little bit, the whole process is a little bit confusing because it's very heavy on the legal jargon. So, thank
I
you.
understand.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Appreciate it. Anyone else? Yes, ma'am.
Rosemary Paulus, 1240 Fairview, Overlook. Now, I live in Overlook. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am, go ahead.
I live in Overlook and have for about 9 years. It's really a nice community, and we weren't happy when we heard the warehouse was going to go up and back. And there were a lot of problems with that.
I'm sorry, this is a public hearing for the data center ordinance.
Right, so I just want to get to the point that we were upset about that.
Okay.
But now, nothing happened with that. But all of the, there's activity on the property. Someone owns that property and is removing the panels. So is there actually work being forward?
This is for there's going to be another comment for that.
You can comment down at the end.
Yeah, this is
end of
for
the-
a data center ordinance.
Well, that's what I'm concerned about.
There's no work being done for a data center.
Oh,
None.
all right.
Never one proposed, I don't know.
All right, no, I'm against the data center, mainly because of the water usage. I know there was an issue with that, the supply of water and electricity when there was going to be other buildings there. So I think the data center consumes more. And of course, it's a noise ordinance issue. They're very loud, and I really wish that it doesn't come in. So I just wanted to voice my opinion on
Thank you.
not having the data center there.
Thank you.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Anyone else? Yes, ma'am.
Sarah Hare, Hare, Delaware Road and Hope. And I spoke last time, and I just want to say thank you to this council for doing the right thing in passing an ordinance to prohibit data centers. You are now one of, I believe it's 12 other townships in Warren County that have either passed an ordinance based on Commissioner Kern's model, or they updated their existing ordinance, or are updating their master plan. So you might have heard that Phillipsburg right now is in process of updating their master plan to go along with the ordinance that they previously passed, and I assume that's what will happen with this ordinance. So thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Anyone else? Okay, if not, have a motion and a second to close the public hearing.
Motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion and second to adopt this ordinance.
Motion.
Second it. Roll call?
We'll have Councilman Belcarro.
Yes.
Councilman Marinelli.
Yes.
Councilman McQuaid.
Yes.
Council President Polito.
Yes.
Mayor Rice.
Yes. Ordinance number 26-07. Second reading and public hearing of bond ordinance providing an appropriation of $727,500 for various capital improvements in and by the Township of Lopatcong in the County of Warren, New Jersey, and by authorizing the issuance of $691,125 in bonds or notes for the Township financial part of the appropriation. Have a motion and a second to hold public hearing.
Motion.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Public, comment from the public on it. Seeing none, motion is second to close the public hearing.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion and second to adopt this ordinance.
Motion.
Second.
Roll call vote, please.
Yes. Councilman Belcarro?
Yes.
Councilman Marinelli?
Yes.
Councilman McQuaid?
Yes.
Council President Polito?
Yes.
Mayor Wright?
Yes. Number 5, ordinance number 26-08, second reading and public hearing of bond ordinance providing an appropriation of $650,000 for various road improvements in and by the Township of Lopatcong in the County of Warren, New Jersey, and authorizing the issuance of $495,610 in bonds or notes of the Township for financing part of the appropriation. Motion and second to hold a public hearing.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any comment from the public? Seeing none, motion and second to close the public hearing.
Motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And a motion and a second to adopt this ordinance.
Motion.
Second.
Roll call vote, please.
Councilman Belcarro?
Yes.
Councilman Marinelli?
Yes.
Councilman McQuaid?
Yes.
Council President Polito?
Yes.
Mayor Wright?
Yes. New business. Ordinance number 2609, first reading to adopt the redevelopment plan for the property referred to as the Lopatcong Park redevelopment area, commonly known as Block 2, lots 30.07, 30.08, and 30.09 on the tax map in the Township of Lopatcong. Have a motion and a second, please? I'll make that motion.
Second.
Roll call vote?
Yes. Councilman Belcarro?
Yes.
Councilman Marinelli?
Yes.
Councilman McQuaid?
Yes.
Council President Polito?
Yes.
Mayor Wright?
Yes. Consent agenda, items 1 through 11. Everybody is okay with them? A motion second, please?
Motion.
Second.
Roll call vote?
Councilman Belcarro?
Yes.
Councilman Marinelli?
Yes.
Councilman McQuaid?
Yes.
Council President Polito?
Yes.
Mayor Wright?
Yes. Council reports.
Nick? Mayor, I don't have anything this evening.
Lou?
I don't have a report, but I just have a comment. This is all based on, in our society today, with misinformation and disinformation. I want to echo what the mayor has said a number of occasions, and that is, if you want to know the facts, and if you want to know the truth, please contact the municipal building. You can speak to Beth. You can contact any one of us. If you're not sure, if you have a question, but please be aware of what you hear, what you see, what you're being told, via media, via hearsay, or fearmongers, whatever. Because what happened at the last meeting, and I understand all of you showed up because of what you heard. And as you come to know, we were not approving a data center. And that's the truth. Okay? You may have heard that we were approving it, and permits were already granted, and we had a client. That's disinformation, and disinformation is a lie, is intentional to manipulate, to deceive. Misinformation is a person believes the facts that they have, but their facts are incorrect. So there's a difference between the two. And I don't know which is which, or who's doing and why they're doing it. So the fact of the matter is, please, don't just hear what other people tell you. Seek us out here if you want to know the truth and the facts. And if we can legally answer you, we will do that. But we will give you the best answer to what we know. And if we don't have an answer, we'll get you one. We have emails, we have phone numbers. Okay? And that's my comment. Thank you.
Scott?
No, nothing at this time, Mayor.
Yes, Community Day is August 29th, rain date September 12th. I'm looking to schedule the townwide yard sale for September 19th. And I recently received an email from a resident from the Rose Hill section complaining about traffic being fast and requested stop signs. I'd like to look into that, certain streets on Rose Hill.
What street on it?
And I just know they're in the Rose Hill section. I don't
All
remember.
right. Pete, I'll let the chief know.
And then that's all for now. Thank you.
I really don't have anything. We did celebrated retirement for Eileen Apple. She had 26 years with us,
About 26 years.
and she's retiring, and what a great asset to the township. And sad to see her go, but we're also happy to see her go. So it was a nice day we had yesterday with her. Okay, engineering report. Adam?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor. Give everyone an update. We currently started, in the last month, further efforts on the Fox Farm Road storm damage repair project. We had our environmental scientists on site to inspect the area for wetlands and other features, and our survey crews have been out there as well. So we're in the process of finalizing permits and design for that. The Sallyport project continues. There's sort of odds and ends that are going on, finalizing some of the interior improvements, and we're waiting on the brick facing. It's been delayed at the supplier level, so we're waiting on that until that project gets wrapped up. Hopefully in August, we'll be wrapping that project up once the materials arrive. The Stonehenge Drive project has been completed, and this month the final payment's being made. The council just authorized that. So we'll be closing out the project this month with the NJDOT and getting the township's reimbursement through the grant program with the state. And then finally, our next DOT-funded road project is Stryker Road Phase 1 Improvements Project. And we've scheduled the survey, and we're beginning design efforts this week with the hope of fall construction. As soon as we get the design into DOT and get authorization, we'll be working to get that project constructed. And then finally, two final items. Our next grant through the DOT that we'll be seeking is the Pudding Stone Way and Briar Place Improvements Project. That grant application was filed yesterday. The deadline for those grants were today, so that's been submitted to the NJDOT. And we'll be working with them to get that grant approved. And hopefully we'll have some news in November, about the November timeframe, about how much might have been awarded to the township, and we'll be able to proceed with the improvements on Pudding Stone Way. And then finally, one project we discussed over the last few months, and we'll be advancing this month, is scoping the design and repair requirements and what's required to improve Reservoir Road. So the target is, from my perspective, is to have a proposal to the council for the August meeting. So following the August meeting, we can begin work on the repairs on Reservoir, designing the repairs for Reservoir Road.
Great.
That's all I have, Mr. Mayor.
Any word from Toby's? Nothing, huh? Just weird. All right. Police report. Chief's not here, right? No. DPW. Brian?
Just go over a little bit of what we did. All right. We did meet with Adam to go over all the roads and different things. All right, for your projects and some directions and stuff. So he's moving forward on the rest of what he needs. We did install some storm drains. We've had some issues on some of them. When they put them in, the grates, way back, they did not set them back in correctly. So we had to meet again, come up with some ideas, and I sat back and thought about it for about 24 hours where I'm going to go with it. And I'm pretty sure I got an answer for you, and I'll take a look at it tomorrow, and it's pretty good. All right, so I think we saved a lot of money, because it would have been probably around $3,000 or $4,000 to fix each drain.
Wow.
All right, there's probably close to what, 1,200, 1,300 drains in this town.
Catch basins.
You know, the catch basin, you know what I mean? They didn't set the drains back. So we redesigned some things and make it meet the codes and everything else. So we don't know if we're going to change out the rest of the heads, or we're going to get the grates that go on it and call it even. All right, might be the direction we go. So anyway, we picked up all this stuff for the election booths, and the workman is back. All right, I turned it over to the LAA. So that's been back for a couple weeks now. We went out and asphalted and different things and potholed in the areas that needed it. We'll be going out again in a short period of time here. All right. I got a lot of guys going on vacation, so we're going to be some shorthanded. So we'll figure it out and put it together when I get enough manpower for direction and all that stuff. All right. We did go out once a year. We got to do all our detention basins. They've got to be cleaned. They've got to be meet criteria for stormwater regulations. That is done. Also, the storm drains, where we just talked about the heads and all that. Every one of them has to be cleaned, and everything, all that is done. All right. Just clean up from the storm that we had and all that. Just basically the rest of the stuff was maintenance and keeping up with the grass and all that needs to be done. So, all right.
All right, great. Thanks, Mike.
Thanks.
Fire Chief's report. Chief?
All right, thank you, Council. Month of June, we responded to 22 calls for service, bringing our 2026 total to 128 calls. So far, this past month, everything's been going very smooth, no issues at all. One thing I do have to share is tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. in the park field inside Delaware Park on Park Square, Delaware Park Fire Company will be hosting a community wet down. For the kids to come cool off, or anyone really to come cool off. We'll have the tower ladder set up and flow water for about an hour. We have popsicles for all the kids to come grab, and it's just a community event we put together every year when it gets real hot, so everyone can have an opportunity to cool down and have some fun together. And yeah, so that would be 5:30 to 6:30 tomorrow at the Park Square Field in Delaware Park. That's all I have.
All right, thanks, Chief.
Yep.
Appreciate it. EMS, no one's here from EMS. Robin, no. Board of Education report?
Hello, thank you for allowing me to be here. So summer break is here, well, at least for our students. Our 8th grade student promotion was celebrated on June the 11th. Once again, it was a special ceremony with moving speeches from students Jasmine Gruel and Ella Schutz, given to their classmates, their teachers, and gathered guests. 96 students in all are moving on to high school. A huge congratulations to the Phillipsburg graduating senior Alina Joseph, who's from Lopatcong and as valedictorian for her class had a GPA of 4.72. Alina mentioned Lopatcong schools in her speech, and she will be attending Harvard University this fall. Congratulations also to Francesca Di Marcello, also from Lopatcong, who was chosen as salutarian of her class. So Lopatcong was pretty well represented. Additionally, we would like to recognize one of our outgoing 8th grade students who you might have seen featured in Tap Into. So Disas, I'm going to murder his last name, Jaranith, who was one of 250 students nationwide who were recognized in America's Field Trip Essay Contest. This was celebrating the 250th birthday. His essay reflected on the meaning of America and his own journey overcoming adversity, and that earned him a second prize cash award. In the theme of congratulations, we would like to recognize our STEAM and gifted and talented teacher, Mrs. Weidlich, for her work with Picatinny Arsenal. She has been involved in a year-long professional development program, which won our district access to Fusion 360, which works with Tinkercad and our current hardware and software. Normally, this program costs $2,000, and our students will be reaping the benefits for free. So thank you to Mrs. Weidlich. Like the businesses of our town, the business that you all do, the school district also has plenty of work to accomplish over the summer. If you've driven by the elementary school on Strikers Road, you may have noticed that work has begun on a ROD grant project replacing the roof on our 4th grade pod. Additionally, we now have lights installed on the rear parking lot, which was an item that was highlighted by the school community in the strategic planning sessions that we held. Our extended school year program will start this coming Monday, July the 6th. The purpose of an extended school year program is to prevent substantial skill regression during the summer break and to maintain progress on critical individualized education program goals. Approximately 30 to 45 students will be engaged in this program through the month of July. Our Board of Education met for 5 hours in a retreat session that was held on June the 20th. We reviewed our board's self-evaluation and worked towards setting new goals for the 2026-2027 school year. Both the Board of Education and our superintendent, as he develops the district goals, are working to ensure that our goals this year are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Action steps will be created over the summer to meet these objectives. As always, we appreciate the time allotted to us at this meeting. We hope that you are receiving a broad view of the events, the successes, and the work efforts happening in the district. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. LAA report, Mark, is he here? No. Okay, approved department reports. Motion second, please.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Payment of bills. Everybody check the bills. Is there anything need removed? Otherwise, can I have a motion second, please?
Motion.
Second.
Roll call vote?
Councilman Valcarro.
Yes.
Councilman Marinelli.
Yes.
Councilman McQuaid.
Yes.
Council President Vito.
Yes.
Mayor Ray.
Yes. Okay, public comment. Lori?
Commissioner Lori Chesler again. I did want to talk about some of the events that we have going on. We have explorewarren.org, which is our website, and we have the newsletter that shows about all the events that are going on in all the different towns. But we have a few events that I wanted to bring your attention to. On 7/11 on Saturday in Belvedere at the memorial, we're doing a veterans recognition. We have a new veterans officer, and we've been going through and trying to reach out to all the veterans in the county and make sure we're doing a recognition ceremony for them. That's at 11 a.m. During the fair, the first Sunday of the fair, which I believe is July 26th, the county, as you know, we had a very big event last year. It took a lot of our time to plan, and it did take, it was not the cheapest event we've ever held. So this year, what we're doing to honor the 250, we're doing a few little things. We are going to have fireworks at the county fair, which they haven't had in years. So the commissioner board is supporting those. So they should be Sunday, July 26th, or rain date of Monday. So we're happy about that. Then there are a few things, if you go on our website or even warren200.com, at Ship and Manor, she has 4 separate seminars that go back, and it's talking about life during the Revolutionary War. The one that's this Sunday is actually about sanitation during the Revolutionary War, which is actually a big issue. And then I think on Sunday or Saturday, whatever the 12th is, Sunday, they're doing another one about children in the Revolutionary War. And that actually is not, they do not suggest that you bring children to it because it talks about what they went through during the war. And then there's a couple others in August, I'm not sure of those. But then on 9/11, we are doing a ceremony at our memorial on the tech school grounds. Sometimes during the day, we don't have the time set yet. You'll all be invited. As you know, it is the 25th anniversary, so we wanted to make sure that we mark that for everybody. The only other thing I have is that we did our budget a while ago. We kept the total county rate flat. We were able to lower the library rate and the county general tax rate, and we did increase the open space rate to level it out. So it's a flat increase, but we did raise the open space because we are having more of a demand for preserving and properties and buying open space. The thing is we calculate the value of towns a little differently than you do. Like you have the last assessed value. We have to equalize it every year, so we have to figure out what the value of the county is and put that out there. So you might not see that it's flat. It might go up a little, it might go down. It depends on when your house was last assessed here. But we were able to keep the county rate flat. Like I said, lowering the general rate and the library rate, but bringing up the open space so we can continue to preserve land here. And everybody have a nice 4th of July. Thank you.
Just to keep you up to date on, I spoke with Beth, with Scott today, for the Clifford Falcone Farm
Yes.
that you guys helped us with. We're going to get a sign there.
Oh, good.
It's like you did the Banana Farm.
Yes.
We're going to model it after that.
Oh, that's
Just
awesome.
so Hopefully.
Oh, let us know when you do that. We'd
Yeah,
love to
yeah.
publicize it for
That'd be a
you.
nice little thing.
Oh, that's,
It's a nice piece of ground.
yes, it is, definitely. That does bring me to one other issue. I served with Councilman Belcaro, and when we were up here, it was fighting a lot of disinformation and misinformation, and I think the best thing for anybody to do is really talk to you guys, call the office. Same thing with the county. We try to put out as much information as we can, so that this way people get the correct information. So, and I appreciate you guys doing that too. Thank you.
Anyone else? None?
How do we find out there's a burn ban?
Can you stand up? please,
Yes,
and
sorry
say
about
your
that. I
name
know the
again?
fire chief was just here and I missed you, but how do we update or find out there's a burn ban or not? Well, in regards to like fire pits in the backyard or family gatherings?
Chief, do you have any idea on that?
That's released by the
County?
state Forest Fire Service. And that can be found on their website, and they update on social media also when there's a burn ban, but we do not have any call on that. That's all state level.
Okay, all right, thank you. Appreciate you.
John? Oops. Yeah, sorry.
So not from the Board of Education, Pam Thomas, 6 Wordsworth Lane. Again, anything that I say tonight does not reflect any position from the Board of Education. But I just wanted to give a shout out that on Sunday, June the 14th, which was Flag Day, local Scout Troops 56 and 54 did a flag retirement. I believe that they also had Air Patrol helping them. It was held at Veterans Pavilion in the park. It was just such a well-done, really respectful ceremony. And I just wanted to give them a little shout out. I was there, I wouldn't say there was a big crowd, but it was just very nicely done. And I appreciate the work that they did towards that. I wanted to share that.
All right, John, try again.
Sorry,
John Ketchison, 38 Jade Lane. Lou, I'm glad you brought up disinformation and misinformation because it leads into what I wanted to talk about tonight. So, Bill, in May, at the May meeting, the last time I was here, you reiterated that this council does not support when we were talking about the warehouse on the farmland behind the mall. The council does not support warehouses, and the township has nothing to do with the redevelopment area application that went before the Highlands Council. I asked if you'd attend the Highlands Council meeting to speak out against the warehouse, and you said you would before you backed out and said you might be working. Not surprisingly, you did not attend, but the attorney for Lopatcong, Mike Lavery, did attend. Representing Lopatcong Township, not the developer, and pleaded for the warehouse development. The Highlands Council asked Lavery if he represented the wishes of the Lopatcong officials and if they supported the proposal. He answered yes. As a matter of fact, I wrote a letter in July of 2025 because this has been going on for quite some time, saying our position has not changed. This is the same letter, Bill, that you repeatedly denied the township sent. Paul Sturbins also attended the meeting via phone, explaining how Lopatcong is requesting this redevelopment area so a warehouse can be built on prime farmland. So this goes back for years. I've been attending council meetings for years, and I've been asking about these warehouses for years, and I always get the same misinformation and, dare I say, outright lies about this. So prior to revealing the redevelopment plan when this first started for the mall and the farmland to the public, Bill, you told us that Lopatcong was getting a warehouse and we'd get a parking lot or a piece of grass. You also said, I've made the statement a couple times, we get a parking lot. It's going to come right up to our property line. Where they could do it, it's going to be a building of theirs. You said we're getting our information from social media. You repeatedly denied any knowledge of what was in the redevelopment plan. Then the township planners told us you were on a subcommittee that drafted the plan for the warehouses. And as you know, this subcommittee was reporting back to the council. So everybody sat and listened to this information from this council that we're supposed to approach and ask questions. And I've been doing it for years and years. And I've been misguided by you guys the entire time. And this council touts, every time there's an election, this council touts their tough anti-warehouse ordinance. Yet, after passing this ordinance that removed warehousing from the ROM zoning, the same council unanimously voted to build warehouses on the mall and the farmland behind it. That's why we can't come to you guys for straight answers, Lou, just to let you know.
Well, hold on, stay right there. You know where I stand with warehouses.
I know, Lou, you've been the most honest. You
Okay.
said,
I'm
I'll
speaking
do
for myself.
whatever I can, I'll bring in whatever I can to lower taxes. And,
That's right.
but you also sat up there and listened
And I
to
said-
the lies
said-
and the misinformation and didn't say a
But
thing.
we're also built out. We're built out as far as warehouses. We have enough. Okay, I've made that comment. Okay, because we are.
When did you make that comment? I don't recall that. Because we're getting what?
I made that comment
Two, we're getting
a number
three
of months
more.
ago.
We're getting 3 more of them right now, Lou.
Well, they've been approved. They've been
Well,
approved.
that doesn't change the fact that you guys passed an
After the
ordinance
last one,
banning them
we are built
and then
out.
turned around and passed an ordinance specifically to build one. And that doesn't change the fact that you guys sat up here and told me time and time and time again for years that you couldn't build a warehouse. You didn't have any plans. You had no idea what was in the redevelopment plan. And we're supposed to come to you for answers?
No, here's the thing.
It can't happen, Lou.
NFI sued us, and guess what? They won.
I'm not talking about
No, I
NFI.
am
I'm talking about Bridge. I'm
Because-
talking about the mall warehouse. and I'm
Bridge
talking
is
about the
NFI, John.
warehouse and the farmland behind it. I'm sorry?
Bridge is NFI. They
Well,
bought it.
NFI was going to build another warehouse behind the bridge. Yeah, okay, whether they're the same,
John, but that's-
but there was 2 warehouses there.
It's, John, and you could swing it any way you want, all right? We have responsibilities that we can't, it's the lawyers. I mean, it's all done with judges and stuff that we can't help it. I mean,
But Bill, you
John.
sat here and repeatedly told me you had nothing to do with that redevelopment plan
John, Paul has
before the
started
Highlands
the whole thing
Council.
up, so-
And then Lavery
What
went and said,
information
yes,
you
I
have
represent
right now
Lopatcong and
is
they want a
incorrect.
warehouse there.
where do you base your information? Where?
From
I've
the,
asked you 10
from the
times.
Highlands,
From where?
from the Highlands Council.
From the
committee.
Highlands Council?
Yeah, when Lavery went
So they
there.
know what Paul did. So
They know that Lavery went there and said, I represent Lopatcong and Lopatcong wants a
We
warehouse.
said
That's
we
what they
have to
know,
change Our
Bill.
position, and that's the way we stood from day one. That's it. It's over.
And your
Your
position
three
is
minutes are
what?
up. Thank you.
Specifically, what is your position?
John.
You want warehouses?
Hey,
Mr.
John,
Ketchison, the 3 minutes are up.
Okay.
Okay.
hey, John, let me just comment to this, because,
You're gonna continue to talk, then let me
No.
let's have a conversation.
No, let's not.
listen, I just want to comment, okay? You said Mike Lavery advocated for the warehouse to go behind the mall. Is that what you're saying?
For Lopatcong advocating for that.
Pohatcon or Lopatcon?
Lopatcong.
Okay, here's
We're not getting a warehouse in Lopatcong there, it's gonna be in Lopatcong.
Here's the quote Mike Lavery made at the Highlands. He goes, this is quote, verbatim. He's not suggesting or advocating. Nobody wants a warehouse, but if you're going to locate one in Warren County, because of the accessibility to Route 22 State Highway, this is where you would put it. So he's not advocating, this is where you put it if you were. I just want to mention this. Listen, I want to mention this. We are Lopatcong at the crossroads in Warren County. You have Route
Ma'am,
57.
please stop talking.
No, Route 57, 519 and 22. Do you know how many trucks come through these intersections? Hundreds, right? Hundreds.
So,
Hundreds.
all right.
No, but hundreds of
It is a
trucks.
council meeting. If Mr. Bocarro wants to make a comment, he can, but your 3 minutes are up. And until you're at the podium, you can.
Okay, so there's hundreds of trucks that come through these roads throughout town. Hundreds, okay? The few warehouses that are there right now will be a fraction of trucks coming out of those in comparison with trucks come through Lopatcong and we get nothing for it, zero, okay? At least we're gonna get revenue, okay, which will support a lot of the taxpayers, all right? Because we live in the most expensive property taxes in the country. New Jersey, Trenton was an article, they just lost from 2004 to now, because they chased away businesses, over $48 billion, okay? Because of the regulations and overtaxations. People are leaving New Jersey because they can't afford to live here anymore, nor do they want to, okay? And I put this in 4 groups of people that live in New Jersey, that reside. The first group of people, I'm gonna say, they're the wealthy people. They can afford whatever rates you want to raise. That's group number 1. Group number 2, we're talking about public employees and private sector employees, okay? They have their careers here, they make a good living, they could afford to live here, but they choose to move. They move to South Carolina, Georgia, Florida, whatever, where they pay a fraction of property taxes. I got friends that live down in South Carolina. The same house I had in Country Hills, right? I'm paying like $10,000. He's paying under $1,000. If you want to talk about an incentive to move out of New Jersey, and then we have a third group of people, and this group of people, they don't support anything in the state, but they receive all kinds of benefit from the state. And the system is broken, and nobody cares in trying to fix it. And then we have the fourth group of people, the one I'm concerned with, and that is the ones that just struggle. They're on fixed income, they're just making ends meet. So if we can help in any small way, okay, by bringing some kind of revenue to this town that we didn't have for years, I support that. And that's where I stand when it comes to warehouses. But listen, yes, there's going to be a trade-off, okay? So you're going to have some additional trucks, but not in comparison what comes through our town. And that's where I stand. So you know where I stand. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
I just,
Ma'am, please come up here, give your name and address.
Mary Altonji, A-L-T, please come to the.
You have to be on the microphone.
It's Mary, last name's Altonji, and I'm on Honeybrook Circle in Overlook. A lot of what you guys talk about over my head because it involves governance and I'm not in that. But I have to tell you that I am profoundly disturbed by the report that that gentleman gave about the contradictions in the information that you guys have been giving over the years, and he seems to me to be pretty specific in what he was saying. And the only response, aside from you, sir, was you can swing it whatever way you want, which respectfully, I have to tell you that's rude. So
Ma'am, take it as you want.
I don't like that either.
But you got to understand something.
I'm still talking.
What makes his information correct?
You know what? You know what's absent? What's absent is that after he was finished, I didn't hear any of you clarifying anything he said. I didn't hear you offering any alternative. You just sat there quietly, and that speaks volumes.
Public comment, ma'am. We're not even supposed to answer you.
Well, he did.
We go out for, we shouldn't, because that's not what we're supposed to do. It's public comment. You hear your ideas, your complaints, whatever. We're not even supposed to answer you, but we do. And sometimes that's our own fault for trying to.
Okay, so then my last comment would be, what you heard him say, if that resonates in each one of you, the conscience of each one of you, you know what your actions have been. If that resonates, I implore you as our representatives to cut it out and to be honest with us and to not be doing things that contradict something you said before. If you contradict something you said before, say you're contradicting it and give it the reason. Because if you don't, all you do is build mistrust and mistrust and mistrust. And let's face it, that's going on all over the country. But that's my say, that's my comment, and I hope you take me seriously.
Have a good day. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bob Bruce, Harwich Road. I can attest to everything that John said about being here for over 4 years, dating back to the Mengucci administration. The warehouses have been an issue that long, and I don't feel that, as the previous woman had indicated, that we were leveled with, and that I feel that we've always been misled. But I'm going to go in a different direction and ask some questions that perhaps the planner, perhaps the lawyer, perhaps Mr. Wisnowski can answer. I believe this room is a 2-foot ceiling tiles. I think this is a 30-foot room.
It's a 2x2
wide.
ceiling tile.
30-foot wide. So the minimum total width for a standard local public street of way in Lopatcong is 50 feet, and for collector roads, it's 60 feet. That means there's a 10-foot buffer of a public right-of-way on each side of the paved road that extends past the pavement directly into what appears to be the front. of the property, adjoining property, in which case I'm talking about the warehouse work, fence had been erected, and another fence had been erected for this additional warehouse that's going to be going in, despite the fact that the postal warehouse is out of business and they're looking to lease. But we're going to get this new warehouse, and that fence encroaches, I believe, on the public legal right-of-way. Have we had any permits that were issued for allowing the erection of that fence? Because it seems to me that they put a fence up in a public right-of-way, okay? And I'm being understood that the municipal engineer, Mr. Wisniewski, if there weren't, that you should be issuing a stop work or code enforcement violation if the right-of-way is being illegally compromised. So 10-foot right-of-way on presumably a 30-foot road, minimum 50 feet, 10 on each side, where the sidewalk is not, but the curbside is, 10 feet from the curbside in. Their fence is like within 2 feet. It's in a public right-of-way. Did you guys issue a permit to allow that to happen? Because if not, I would like to know now, if you can, whether or not any permits were issued to allow that to happen.
So I'm not familiar with the project off the top of my head. I can certainly look into it and see if there's any fences in the public right away.
Can you confirm that the public?
Handles all of that.
I'm sorry, what?
Our construction department handles all the permitting.
Okay, and I'm at the council, which governs this county, this town, okay, and I'm asking about a 30-foot.
That is your 3 minutes, by the way.
Yeah, okay, I understand, but I believe other people, but I just want to end with this. This, I believe, is a 30-foot ceiling, okay? Maybe that's the minimum road distance. I believe Strikers might be a collector road, in which case it's 60 feet, and there's a 10-foot right-of-way. I think that fence is illegal. Who should I be calling? Because I've been told that the council engineer can issue that.
You made your final point, but your 3 minutes are up.
Who's going to answer me?
The building is not a public hearing. This is public comment.
Okay, so I'll check with Mr. Wisniewski, and then I'll check with your construction office to see if there's been a permit issued. And if there's not been a permit issued, then you, sir, are entitled to issue a stop work order, and I'm going to demand that that happen.
Okay, you can certainly issue an open request.
All right, anyone else? Brian?
I'd like to change it a little bit for what we're talking about. I want to say Eileen retired. She was great. I liked working with her. I enjoyed working with her. And on public, I want to let it be known that I wish her best of luck of everything that happens past. All right, and Heather also for coming in and you know what I mean, and I'm there for her if she needs me. So
Thank you.
I just want it on now.
Appreciate it, thank you. Anyone else? Yes, ma'am.
Hello, I'm still Loretta Womelsdorf, WMELSDORF, 218 Beers. I don't want to be confrontational about this. It's just that misinformation and disinformation has come up this meeting and also the last meeting as well. I don't know what you're talking about. Genuinely, I have only told people that the 2026, I believe 04, the previous ordinance that died on the floor last meeting, that would allow data centers.
No, it would not allow.
It would allow them with provisions. That's allowing them. The new one, 2026-06 stands, yes, that's correct.
No, but you're talking about the old.
Yes, the older one, yes.
It was already approved. This
Yes.
was some restrictions on it.
Yes.
That's all it was for.
Yes, that's correct.
Right.
You're correct. But that would still allow them.
That doesn't allow them to build.
It allows them to be built.
No, it doesn't, because it was already approved to be built.
Yes, that's correct. You're
No,
correct. I'm not arguing with you on that.
That was in 2012.
Yes, I know. You're
And
correct.
what we did is put restrictions in the
Yes.
event they were to build.
Yes, and that
And there's a difference between the two.
1,000% accurate. You are correct. But there's also a big difference between 2026-04, which allowed them to be built with provisions, and 2026-06, which bans them. Those are different. Those are different ordinances. Yes, I know they were already allowed them. I'm aware of that. And I feel like most people were. So I'm kind of confused about why stating the fact that this is not a ban, 2026-04. I'm confused about why stating 2026-04 not being a ban will be considered disinformation, because I don't think that is. I think it's just a different way of saying the same thing.
We're not allowing to build.
No, I know we're not, and I'm aware of that. It's come up so many times.
I'm confused on what you're saying. I'm not clearly understanding what you're saying.
Okay, what I'm saying is that it keeps coming up, and I'd like to know explicitly, well, I know you said earlier you're not required to answer. I just want to see the screenshots of someone saying they're going to build a warehouse, they're going to build a data center, because I didn't see anything like that. And I only bring this up because it's come up so many times. And it just feels a little weird to me as a resident. And
You know what? We all have perceptions, right? What we read, what we see, what we hear.
Yes.
Right? Every one of us will have a different perception.
Yeah.
Okay? And that's just a fact of life. All right? And I use the analogy of watching a football game. I can sit with my friend and a referee make a call, an interference pass.
Yeah.
And I would argue, no, that was not interference, and he would argue to the end of the days that there was interference. You see the perception?
Yes.
And that's what goes on a lot.
Okay, I get that. I'm just giving you my perspective as well.
No,
and I think that it's shared by a lot of people, and that's why there's this miscommunication happening.
It's your perspective, and I respect that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Of course.
Anyone else? Seeing none, motion for adjournment.
Motion.
Second. All in favor? Thank you for coming out, everyone.
Thank you for all you do.
Thank you.
Everybody.